fantasy is what we're doing now, right here in this room, with these lights and cameras and mirrors. Something else is existing there. I don't know why, but it's something happening. It's not part of our normal day, literal nature of how we live, but we're trying to create something different.
I became obsessed with filming and directing and, Stanley Kubrick and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, and I was always fascinated with the process of filmmaking. And, I grew up in Boston, which is on the other end of the country from Hollywood. And, people would say to me, oh, you'll never make it, you have to be born there, you have to know someone. And I remember being literally, 13 years old at my bar mitzvah when the rabbi has to say what you're gonna do with your life. And he said, Eli Roth is here, today he's bar mitzvahed, and he's going to be I remember like adjusting his glasses going, a motion picture producer director.
When character and action can exist simultaneously, and they can assist one another and build off one another. Those are always the ones that you remember. You remember Die Hard because Bruce Willis's character was such the everyman and such a great, everybody remembers like the glass in his feet. He's pulling glass out of his feet. When you see stuff like that and you're able to really humanize and ground a moment in something that everyone can understand. Everyone stepped on glass.
It's always a big responsibility to direct, because more than anything you take the audience's time, you're more responsible somehow to a book that is that loved, because you don't want to ruin the book for people who really love it. So you have to be courageous and think that you have something to contribute, and you have to go to bed and fall asleep every night. You must, because you have to work tomorrow, without feeling too bad about the things where you felt it could have gone better.
Because of laziness, I think that speaks of a sense of entitlement, and that's just not a good look in this industry, where you think that you're entitled to something, that you deserve something because you're wherever you think you are.
You immerse yourself in the material. You open yourself up to what will come, because you don't know what's going to come. You might find a book, you might write a script, but you're not in the location. Once you're in the location with the actors, things sort of tend to find its place somehow. It's a lot of trust, I feel, what one has to have for me at least, as a director. You have to open yourself up rather than sort of bring your stencil.
I don't think you ever know things are going to work out in any endeavor in life, but certainly not in a movie. And you can make a movie exactly the way you imagined it without compromise and have it go out and fail in the marketplace because of some fundamental disconnect between you as an artist and the audience out there. And of course, that's what we all ultimately fear as filmmakers. We don't fear the fact that it's going to rain and ruin a day's shooting. We fear the fact that our kind of filter for what works for us emotionally in terms of what excites us on the screen is different than the audience at large.
I've always made films. I started when I was 7, I think, on Super 8 films with my dad's camera. So I can't really imagine not making films in a way. So I think I'm very lucky, very privileged really to have this outlet for my creative impulses, just things that I want to see as a film goer. I think for me, really, everything I put into a film is based on the idea of me wanting to, pay my £10 and sit in a movie theater and watch that on screen.
Using film to explore the human condition, this is the traditional thing of art. That's still what it means to me. It's my instrument for exploring what it means to be a human being now.
I actually have a lot of different emotions I want an audience to feel. I want them to feel, there's funny stuff in there, I want them to be able to laugh. There's exciting stuff in there, I want them to have the fun of the adventure. There's horrific stuff in there, and I want them to feel that pain. There's suspense sequences, I want them to be on the edge of their seat. There's cathartic violence sequences, I want them to feel the catharsis.